Today is the day that plants start making their way into my garden. I'm Taylor, welcome to my channel. So the first part of what I have to do is unload the plants that I brought. And the first things that I plan on getting planted today are tomato plants. But I also have brought out my marigolds, my broccoli, my onions, my peppers, and I think there's a few more flower plants that I have with me, cosmos. So I'm just gonna unload to begin with, and then I do have to make a trip back into town to pick up some cages for the tomatoes because I don't have very many. And yeah, so let's get unloaded. All right, everything is out and now I need to go back into town. I need to pick up my ruler back at my shop for plant spacing. I need to grab some tomato cages and I also need to grab a new watering wand. I also need to see if I happen to have a spare like 1x6 because I want to make a middle row so that I can easily get down all of my rows and like not have to go down to the end. And anyways, so what I will be doing when I get back is planting all of these beauties, and I'm going to show you what I brought out here in the first run. So here's everything I have out here. This is broccoli. I believe that is my yarrow. I've got marigolds out here. I've got cosmos out here, peppers, onions, and then of course the tomatoes. And I believe I have 32 tomato plants. So this is the goal today, to get all of this planted. That is a ton of onions to plant, but we're gonna get to it. So let me show you where I'm thinking about putting that middle row. And also would love some input. I've thought about doing pine chips in the middle to help me with weeds, and they'll just decompose during the planting year. But here's about where I'm going to put my middle, and I just need to drag a board through here, knock this all down so that I can easily get through. Obviously I need to take care of all of these weeds and this ant pile, which I have some stuff that will be safe. My garlic will be safe, but I need to get rid of this grass. So yeah, so I'm thinking about putting that middle row right here, and it's planting day. I have been so looking forward to this day. It's gonna be a lot of work, but yeah, I'm thinking, I've also heard people talk about doing clover in their rows, like crimson clover, so living mulch, but my friend and neighbor Abby next door has pine chips and she said I could use some of it, so I may just take her up on that and get a good covering in my rows. I actually may just need to figure out if anybody else has any. We'll see. So love to hear what you guys use in your rows, in your walking spaces to keep weeds at bay. I don't really want to use landscape fabric, and I'm not a big fan of having to come up with a bunch of cardboard. That just seems like a slick, muddy mess. So, all right, let's get back to town to get what I need. And yeah, actually, you know what? I'm going to take care of the ants first so that has some time to work. Let me see if I can find that stuff really quickly. Okay, so Fertilome, come and get it. This is what I bought last season, and it works really, really well. And it is safe to use around vegetable plants. So that is what I'm about to sprinkle to get rid of these guys. See if I can do this one-handed. It's a little windy today. Oh yeah, here we go. Woo! I don't need to do that much. Just have a little better control. Holy crap, Taylor. There we go. Come and get it. Look at these. You guys, how rude. Just working hard through my area. All right, so that's what I see so far. I want you guys to disappear ASAP. Disappear ASAP. All right, so that looks good. Let's go take care of this one that I saw right over here. Of course, all right, y'all come out and get all that. I'm gonna definitely need some more of this stuff at some point in the future. All right, let's go back into town and get what I need. Okay, let's give an update on what I have planted so far. I've got Millionaire Tomato, Thorburn, Ozark Pink. I still have the rest of those and another flat of tomatoes. What I've been doing is adding in a small handful of the Garden Tone organic gardening food, and then also some of these earthworm castings. So I've been adding a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and kind of like just doing that to the bottom of the dirt before I put the tomato plant in. Then I've been snipping off all of my lower branches to encourage it to focus on the upper, also to help it breathe. So that is what we have so far. I am gonna take a lunch break because I am starving and thirsty, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in the ground so far. I made sure to bring myself snacks and lunch because there's literally nothing out here quite yet. So I'm eating in the back of my Tahoe. I have a little cooler of drinks. Yes. All right, so it's dusk and I fought the wind all day long, but all of my tomato plants are in. I am concerned. We have supposedly have some severe weather coming in tonight, but we have severe weather popping in all this week. So we'll be really, really sad if something happens to these tomato plants. that I started on January 26th. But they're all in. I got some marigolds in. I got my broccoli in. I got one pepper plant in. So here is my broccoli. It is in. And then the one pepper plant that I got in, it's a Thai red chili. Everything else is going back to the shop. Gotta put everything inside for overnight and then back out again tomorrow. This was a very, very, very long day, but glad that I got started because now I can work more tomorrow. I'd like to get everything in this week, depending on rain. So we shall see, at least by next weekend.